This meeting is being recorded.
Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for joining today. We wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. Today we're continuing with the Sanatana Dharma course, and today's subject is the Vedic conception of time. So this is an idea of the creation and of the material world, and of course the eternal existence of the spiritual world. So we have Golok at the top, and Ayodhya, Vaikuntha, Brahman, the effulgence of the Lord Shiva's abode, Mahesh Dham, then material world. Now time affects the spiritual world in a very different way from how it affects the material world. In the nutshell, time serves the Lord in the spiritual world, but in the material world, time acts as a function to destroy everything. As Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, time, I am the destroyer of all worlds. So now, just to understand, this is an idea of the family tree of the avatars, Krishna being the avatari, and then we have first expansion, Balaram, the quadruple expansion, Vasudev, Sankarsan, Padumna, Niruddha. From Sankarsan comes Narayan. And from Narayan comes again the quadruple expansion. And from Sankarsan comes Mahavishnu, who, when he breathes out, all the universes of this world come out of the pores of his skin. And each universe time span is 311 trillion 40 billion years. That's how long a universe's time span is. That's how long one breath of Mahavishnu lasts. So this gives us an idea of the concept of time and how it is so different from our existence compared to the spiritual existence. Even one breath of Karanadaksha Vishnu is so long, it lasts the life of a universe, 311 trillion 40 billion years. So we can imagine if that's one breath of an incarnation of an incarnation of an incarnation of an incarnation of Krishna, how vast the spiritual existence is. So let's have a look. So this is Karanadaksha Vishnu when he's lying on the casual ocean, when he's breathing out, all these universes come out of the pores of his skin. And as we discussed, one breath of Vishnu is 311 trillion 40 billion years. That's a long time. Right. And who is Karanadaksha Vishnu? Here he is. We've looked at the Golok chart, and Karanadaksha Vishnu is an incarnation, as we saw before, of Sankarsan. Okay. Now, we're going to look into the time element in the material world, how time affects our universe, which is here. This is our universe. Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, as we already just mentioned, time destroys all. That's chapter 11, text number 32. So time here is a progressive element of the Lord, which serves to finish everything. But Krishna also describes that one who thinks of him at the time of death, that person attains the supreme. So time acts as a servant of the devotee. Time acts as a servant of Krishna in the spiritual world. Time isn't a progressive element in the spiritual world. Time acts in different ways, according to how the Lord wants. So there's no such thing as past, present, and future in the spiritual world. And that concept for us is very difficult to understand because we are used to past, present, and future. So our whole concept of time is based on that. But in the spiritual world, there is no concept of time as being past, present, and future. Time is whatever the Lord wants in order to enjoy his mood. So very hard for us to comprehend that fully. We can understand it theoretically, but to fully understand that is very difficult. So let's have a look at time in this material world. The life of Brahma is equal to the life of the universe, which is 311 trillion 40 billion years. It's a long, long time. So if we split out 1 day of Brahma, 1 day of Brahma is called a kalpa. And a kalpa is equal to 4.32 billion human years, right? That's 1 day of Brahma. In that 1 day of Brahma, 14 manvantaras come. 14 incarnations of the Lord appear. And in each of those 14 incarnations, there are 71 Mahayugs or Divya Yugs. Right? So the concept of time, when it comes at the level of Brahma, is again very complex. Now, that one period of Manvantara has 71 yugs. So 71 Kali yugs will be in one Manvantara. And that is equal to 306 million years. Long time again, very long time. Now, if we just look at one of those Mahayugs, Divya Yugs, it consists of Satyayug, Tretayug, Dwapayug, and Kali Yuga. Now, we're in Kali Yuga at this very moment in time. But previous to this was Dwapayug, when Krishna appeared. Previous to that was Tretayug, when Ramachandra appeared. And previous to that was Satyayug, the golden age. So this, in a nutshell, is what a day in the life of Brahma looks like. And then split into, a life of Brahma, split into a day of Brahma, split into the Manvantara, day of life of Manvantara, split into the life of one Mahayuga. So it's just pretty detailed, pretty detailed. It's an incredible concept of time. So how long is a kalpa? We can just quickly revise. We've done it just now. One Mahayuga is 1.728 million years. Treta Yuga is 1.3 million years. Dwapar Yuga is 800,000. Kali Yuga 432. So one Mahayuga is equal to 4.32 million years. And there are 71 of those. So one kalpa, 12 hours, is equal to 4.32 billion years, which is this here. This 1 day is equal to 4.32 billion years, where there's 14 of these manvantaras. So it's a long period of time. There are 14 manus in a 12-day hour, time hour of Brahma. And there's 15 sandhyas, which are the gaps in between the Divya yugas. In effect, if we times 14 by 71, there's 994 Mahayugas, and also there's 6 Sandhya Mahayugas. Therefore, 994 plus 6 is 1,000 yugas, and Krishna explains that in the Bhagavad Gita. There it is. Sahasra yuga paryantam aharyat brahmano vidu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day. And such also is the duration of one's night. So Krishna explains it in the Bhagavad Gita, and this is the exact calculation. Have one day of Brahma, one kalpa, is 71 yugas, and there's 14 manvantaras. So 71 times 14 is 994. And we add another 6 for the gaps in between the Mahayugas, the Sandhyas. So we get 1,000 yugas, ages. So again, just a very quick calculation. We've been through that. 1 Mahayug multiplied by that 4.32 million times 71, being the Mahayugs, is equal to 306 million. That's the life of one Manu, or one Manvantara. No, sorry. 14 Manus is one Manvantara. What is it? Hang on a minute. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here myself. Manvantara is 71. Sorry, one Manvantara. 14 Manvantaras come in one day of Brahma. Okay. That's 4.29 billion, and then we add the Sandhyas in between. So each of these has a gap. There's 14 gaps plus 1 equals 15 Sandhyas. That's 25 million years. Yes, Pawamin.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and all devotees. When you say 15 Sandhyas, does it mean night or?
Not night. Night is completely different as well. Sandhya
So
is.
what is Sandhya?
It's a partial devastation. There it is. Look, after every Manvantara, there's a small period where there's complete devastation going, or partial devastation going on. So in that time, there is no Manvantara at that time. At that time, because of the devastation, Brahma has to again do a partial creation. See, partial creation. He does a partial creation, and then the Manvantaras start again. So because there's 14 Manvantaras, there's 14 of these Sandhyas plus 1, because there's plus 1, yeah. So 15. That's a Sandhya. It's not night. Night is a separate thing altogether.
All right, thank you.
And we'll see the night now. So one day of Brahma is 4.32 billion, and one night of Brahma is 4.32 billion. Is equal, it's same. So 12 hours is equal to one night of Brahma. So 24 hours of Brahma is 8.6 billion years. 30 days of Brahma is 259 billion years. 1 year of Brahma is equal to 3 trillion years. And one lifetime is 311 trillion years. Huge lifespan of Brahma. So we've sort of talked through this. And just to have a little difference, 50 years of Brahma is one paradra. And at this moment in time, we are in the first day of the 51st year. This is the first day of the 51st year. So let's, now if we look at our one Mahayug is 4.3 billion, 4.3 million years. That's one Treta Yuga, one Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. That is equal to 43 seconds of Brahma. 43 seconds. And 1 second of Brahma is equal to 100,000 of our years. So it's a long period. His time, 1 second. And just we can understand it. If we can imagine the life of an amoeba, right? The life of an amoeba is maybe seconds. But for the amoeba, that's his whole life. But for us, that's just a few seconds. So similarly, Brahma, his second is like 100,000 years for us. So how old is our Brahma, right? Currently, 50 years of Brahma have elapsed. The last kalpa at the end of 50th year is called Padma Kalpa. Since 50 years of Brahma have already elapsed, so he's already 50 years old. This is now the second paradra that we're into. It's known also as the Dvitiya Paradya. We are currently in the first day of the 51st year, named as Shweta Varaha Kalpa. That's the Kalpa we're in. And within this very day of Brahma, 6 manvantaras of the 14 have already passed. 6 have already gone. So we're in the 7th manvantara, who's known as Vaivasvata Manvantara. And Manvantara is an incarnation of God, incarnation of Vishnu. Within Vaivasvata Manvantara, already 27 out of the 71 Mahayugas have gone, right? And the Satya, Treta, and Dwapar of the 28th have already passed as well. So we are in Kali Yuga, in this Kali Yuga is the 28th Mahayuga, Kali Yuga, in the 28th Mahayuga. It began in the year 3102 before Christ. So if we're calculating the exact time of Brahma now in his world, because so far we have passed this amount of years of his time, it's now 11:28 and a few seconds at the moment in Brahma's time, 11:28. Very interesting. Hang on, what's that say? Ah, yeah, this is from the Bhagavatam, 3:11:34.
Yad adam ayushastasya paradam abhitiyate purva parado prakranto hiyaparo adya pravartate. Translation: the 100 years of Brahma's life are divided in two parts, the first half and the second half. The first half of duration of Brahma's life is already over, and the second half is now current.
So this is the authority of where this point comes about. Where are we in Brahma's time at this moment in time? Yep, 28. So just to recap, because this is really complex. So one lifetime of Brahma is 311,040,000,000,000 years, 311,040,000,000,000 years. 50 years have passed, plus 6 manvantras have passed, plus 7 sandhyas have passed. And within the manvantras, 27 Mahayugas have passed already, which is equal to this amount. And in this Mahayug, these three, Satyayug, Tatyayug, Dwapayug, have already passed. So that's 3.8 million years. And so far, Kali Yuga, 5122 have passed. So this is a total amount of years that have already gone by. So that's why we calculate it as 1128. And in Kali Yuga, we have passed about 5,000 years so far. So we've got a long way to go yet before Kalki comes and destroys or sets up Satyayug again. Now, just wanted to do a quick introduction to the world religions and their timeline as well. How it works, how does it look? So it said Sanatana Dharma is the oldest. Well, it's way beyond 5,000 years old. It's been in existence since this world has been in existence. So you could say 155 trillion years, but nobody would actually accept that. Judaism started approximately 2,586 years ago. Jainism 2,500 years ago. Buddhism 2,483 years ago. Christianity 2,020 years ago. 2022 years ago. Islam 1,400 years ago. Sikhism 600 years ago. So just to give an idea of the major religions when they were started. And the scriptures of the main religions. In Judaism, they have the Tanakh or the Torah, and Jainism, the Agamas. Buddhism, they have the Tripitaka, Bible for Christianity. Islam, the Quran, and Sikhism have the Guru Granth Sahib. And for Sanatana Dharma, as we saw in the last couple of sessions, there's a vastness of Vedic knowledge which comes with Sanatana Dharma. It's absolutely humongous. So this gives an idea of Vedic conception of time. It's complex, it's very detailed, and time is such a critical element that destroys in this world, destroys everything. So we have to be very careful how we spend our time. If we spend our time wasting it, then we're wasting the most valuable thing that is in our possession. Once gone, we cannot pay any amount of money to get it back. So time is very critical. And how we utilize that time is very important. If we are engaged in useless talk, just like the frog, he croaks, especially the frog is croaking in the middle of the night, and the snake of time will come and swallow that frog up. So this snake of time can also swallow up our life if we're wasting it by useless talk. So very interesting concept. Okay, any questions I wanted to ask? This is a very complex area. To understand Vedic time, it takes some doing. Yes, Praveen.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
You know, you said this Sanatana Dharma is 5,000 years ago, yeah? So it was the first one.
Well, It's a lot more than 5,000 years, but generally people will say 5,000 years
This is Krishna period.
because that's when Krishna came. Yeah.
Then all the other like Buddhists and Jerusalem and Christianity, Sikh,
Yes.
Sikh, did you say Sikham? Sikh Dharam. And
Sikhism. Yeah.
these when these all Dharam came, they were sorry, I'm just I don't know how to describe it, but they were all they were the people and we were believing it. Is that right? Like Sikh was like Guru Nanak, is that right?
That's right.
Buddha is Buddha Bhagwan,
Yes.
and Jerusalem was to do with the Christianity, is that right?
Allah.
Allah.
Yeah.
Deism is Abraham.
Abraham.
Okay, so all these people came and then they started believing in it, and the all the different the Dharam came, like Judaism, Jainism. Jainism is
Mahavir.
Mahavir. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know that. Buddhism is I know, Krishna I know, Islam I know, Sikhism I know. But I'm surprised about this Sanatana Dharma. Is like a long time ago.
Yeah,
which
even
is
before. I mean, you could
before.
argue it's actually started when Brahma was born, which is 155 trillion years ago.
2 years ago. And at present, we are in Kali Yuga, but it is still a long way to go for Satyug.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
So it's a long way. We still need more prayers to be done.
A lot of prayers, a lot of prayers.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's interesting.
We're about here somewhere. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for
Just
going.
Prabhuji,
Yes, and Aniben.
yes, just to recollect, how many Mahayugas have already passed?
Ah,
in this,
good.
Day of Brahma? Is it 6, did you say?
Let's have a quick look. How many? This is
Mahai.
there you go. 6. No, sorry. How many Mahayugas? 27 have already gone. In
27.
This,
Oh, good.
yeah.
27 in this, when
Manvantara.
this Day of Brahma.
Yeah. In this day of Brahma, 27 Mahayugas have passed. More actually, more.
Maybe more. So
Six
that means
Manvantras have passed, and then because remember, in one day of Brahma, there's 14 Manvantras, so 6 have passed. And in one Manvantara, there's 71 Mahayugas, and out of the 71, 27 have passed so far.
yes, 27. So we have been through 26 Kali Yugas in the past, isn't it?
Already 27 Kali Yugas in this, and now we're in the 28th Kali Yuga right now.
We are in the 28th, yes, 28th Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
Mm.
So many
So
have passed.
it means that we as a living, as a soul, we have gone through all this time, isn't it? We have been here such a long time.
Long time. And this is just one life of Brahma. How many lives of Brahma have we lived through already? Who knows, right?
Yeah, that was my next question, that how many Brahmas have been there before? I don't know.
No idea of that. Scriptures do not explain that one.
Wow.
Yeah,
and that's one breath of Mahavishnu.
Yeah, that's right. And even I think we have talked about this, that we are all reborn. So our birth has done before.
Many times.
We have come in the yugs before, but we can't remember that. Is that right?
I think that's right. That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, because we must be there in Mahayugs long time ago, but we don't know nothing about it.
Yes.
Because as other Mataji asked, that 27 Mahayuga have passed and we are in the 28th one. And every time we die is a newborn. Every time we die is a newborn. So we must, we must be in the past too live, but we can't remember it.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Good. Very good.
Sorry.
No,
I
not at
just-
all. Yes,
No,
Madhubhen.
I paused my video, but it's okay. Now I'm.
Okay. Madhubhen, you're muted, huh? Okay.
Jai Shri Krishna, Prabhuji. Just I was thinking, I heard from you or I read somewhere, they said all devtas, they got a limited life in Swarg, in a heaven. So that's why I'm not sure it's correct. I'm saying, or I might wrong, but so people when pray to God or Krishna or whatever, they always wish to go to
Swarg.
Krishna. No,
Oh, yeah.
Swarg. But they say, that's what my question. They said Swarg. So
They say
Swarg,
Swarg.
the Swarg is not a right place.
Well done. Well done. Swarg is not the right place.
Yeah.
You absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
So all devtas have to finish their periods. After sometimes they all
After some time, they
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Yes.
So and meanwhile, they're all working whatever their duty Krishna
They-
or Lord gave
That's
gave
right.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
so what about all manus? You know, I'm not sure
Ah.
how many manus.
Ah,
So
good.
they, I think 12 or no, 8.
71 Manus.
No,
were-
it's 71 is Manvantara, but I'm talking about
Manu.
Manu, Brahma's son. Brahma's
Brahma's
son
son. Brahma's son. Yes,
was
yes.
Manu. That I was reading somewhere. I'm not, because I'm forgetting. One Manus, second Manus. I think how many Manus?
Good, good, good. There are, every Manvantara has a
Uh-huh.
Manu. Every Manvantara
Mhm.
has a special Manu designated to him.
Oh,
So-
okay, okay.
So, for example, we are saying there are 14 Manvantaras in the one day of Brahma. So there are 14 Manus.
Manus, yeah, yeah. And they
There are
still,
14 Indras. So
yeah.
the Indra life of Indra is 306 million years. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's
correct.
it's really interesting, but still make me confused sometimes. It's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's complex. You have to look
yeah,
at this
yeah.
chart. Then it
Yeah.
helps. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, thank
No,
you.
thank you so
So,
much.
sorry. So Brahma is still working same thing since long time, isn't it? And still
Yes.
he's working for us.
Yes, yes. He's only 50 years old plus 1 day.
Okay.
He's still got another 50 years, another 155 trillion years left of his seva.
So people saying, oh, now Earth is ending and we are.
No.
That's wrong. When
No.
I read these all things, I always say to my family, no, this is not correct. You have to. If we people are still human being is long time here because of Kali Yuga is
Long.
already, yeah, Kali Yuga is not finishing straight away when you say.
I mean, our Guru Maharaj used to say that Kali Yuga, because the sins in this age are so great, you know, the cow killing and so many terrible things. that
Yeah, yeah.
Kali
that's-
is eating its life, so it might be
Mm.
shorter. But according to scripture, it is another 427,000.
Oh my
Yes.
God, yeah, yeah, yeah. But we haven't got that much time to
No,
pray
our
to
time is
God.
very. If we get it wrong and we end up in heaven
Mm.
for another like 10, 20,000 years, we'll be in the world and then come back to earth again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Worst
That's
thing.
what I was thinking. So that's the best thing to pray God or try to find out your how your soul is how is working and try to pure your soul. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Agreed.
And
Agreed.
that's helps us in a if we have a human being next when we newborn. But sometimes they said you don't have all the time man avatar. You just
Yes, that's
yeah.
right.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Sometimes it makes us scary as well.
It can be. It can be scary.
So,
It's very vast. But we should
yeah.
always be understanding that because if we take shelter of God, of
Yeah.
Ram, Krishna, Vishnu, then we are no longer under the control of time. Time cannot control us because we are now taking shelter of Krishna.
Okay.
And time serves Krishna. So because we're taking shelter of Krishna, we are now under his protection.
Okay. Yeah, that's Gita says. Just you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
And can you send me the literature if you can?
Oh, I will. Yeah,
because my aim is that I want to keep it for my
good
knowledge. And second thing, my granddaughter, they now grown up, but I know that one of them
is interested.
She is interested, and she is very, I think she doesn't show us, but I know her because when she was young, I just know I teach her something, and I have trust. She believe in these old things. So I have to now she is busy because she become a dentist. But what I want to pass her slowly. And if I pass her, she read it slowly. And once she goes in, it's better for her life as well.
Yes, very good. I will send it to you, the Vedic knowledge one. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So how do you send it to me? How do you send
by
it?
WhatsApp.
By WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
And then you can forward that. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your interest. I'm really impressed. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Okay. Sanatana Dharma ki jai, Vedic Dharma ki jai.